I want to introduce an awful lot more information on NLP programming. It happens to be the most powerful tool that is leading humanity off a friggin' cliff. And while we don't even realize it, if you use this tool, it can save us or it can destroy us. So I am kind of really leery to offer this information because basically it's the most powerful manipulating tool on the planet. And if you learn the skills of NLP programming, you have the potential to do a lot of damage. And you got to kind of know what path do you want people to be guided down. Right now we're living in so much chaos, and um, what you believe to be true, you can manipulate anybody to go down that path. You can get anything that you possibly want if you get really good at NLP programming. And basically, um, one of the first understandings that you got to understand is human potential. And anybody that tends to use this tool, um, you know, is trying to bring out the full potential of who you are. So it starts from a premise that you're basically a god, you're a creator, you have a full potential, you can create anything that you want to create. So it is a form of programming that gets you to use your godlike powers to create whatever it is that you want to create. Now, if you want to believe in a Bible, if you are religious, then you got to make a little bit of common sense about your religion. And, in our religions, they all say that we're all God's children. We're all made in the image of God. Let's just make some common sense out of that. The phrase I use is, does God give birth to dogs? Is a dog in the same image as God? Or would a God give birth to baby gods? It seems like we're all gods, but we're not aware of our godlike powers. And that's where the premise of NLP programming comes in. It starts off with the basis that you are a god and you just need to be programmed to use your godlike powers to create what it is I want you to create. And but we're all social beings, and Tony Robbins is a good example of, use this shit for evil and it'll walk humanity off a cliff. Because while we all think that we're after money, you can use this to um, use your godlike powers to attract whatever money that you want. But if you're unaware of the damage that you can create by getting what it is you want, then you might be destroying yourself in the process, as we can watch Tony Robbins do. Why do you even take a Tony Robbins course? Why is it you have a problem that you want to overcome? For the most part, most people that take a Tony Robbins seminar want more money. So what's this guy going to do? He's going to make you have total focus on the money. He's going to make you worship the money. This is a guy that lived in poverty as a child, didn't like the experience, so he jumped over to the other side and became wealthy, and got wealthy by teaching everybody else how to be wealthy, and not give a shit about the children that have to live in poverty because we all worship money so much. So if I explain anything with this NLP programming, all I really want you to do is see how this has affected our friggin' globe, to really analyze what it is you really want. You may think what you want is the root. And a good way to look at that is, how many of us want to win a lottery ticket? Why do you want to win a lottery ticket? What would that do for you? I friggin' live in poverty. I'm dealing with a lack of financial funds. So it's so friggin' easy for me to chase that money. And yet, I'm not attracting that because I happen to see how many problems that would cause. It's like, how do you figure out how to earn a living without creating poverty? And the best way I'm seeing that logic is, everybody's got to know the answers. It can't be just given to people that can afford to pay for it, because those people that can afford to pay for it end up getting more knowledge, and knowledge is power. Knowledge is how you can manipulate and control others who don't know any better. So that's where I'm kind of taking the direction. Do it on freaking YouTube, do it free, and offer that to everybody. But at the same time, you have to understand that, if you use these skills to manipulate other people, there are people still at this stage that don't have access to a computer, that aren't watching this channel. Like, we are not on equal ground yet. So it's not exactly a tool I would use unless you absolutely know what the problems are. For me, I have a pretty good understanding of why we're not getting what we want. If you look at everything that you want in your life and kind of ask, well, what does that get you? And then you'll have an answer for that. And then say, well, if you get that, what will that get you? And if you get that, what will that get you? I mean, go right to the very, very root of every single thing you want. And at the end of the day, at the end of every single want everybody wants peace. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants a peaceful experience. Everybody wants a loving life. Um, how we get there is different for everybody. But ultimately, you want stuff to make you feel all of that, to make you experience all of that, to make you share it with everybody else. But we just are attaching it to stuff, to events, to experiences, instead of just realizing you have it all along. So while this tool is really, really powerful and it can make change, that's why I've come up with this concept that works for me, and that's using your bottled water to help you reprogram your own brain to make associations using your feelings, because that's what NLP programming is. It's trying to get you into a state of being. They will Anybody that's trying to reprogram you will try and go back into a time, when did you feel this? And then when they can get you feeling exactly how they want you to feel, that's when they can make suggestions. That's when you can make body um, signals or keys that every time, you know, I touch my nose, it'll make you have an association with something. If I can make you feel something, and every time you are feeling in that state, I touch my nose, then you will associate that feeling every time I touch my nose. So if you do the same thing with your bottled water, because everybody on the planet needs water, if you make an association with the water you drink, every time you drink it, you'll be reprogramming your own friggin' brain. Now, what is it that you should be programmed to think, programmed to associate with? Well, we're all dealing with a lack. and we're chasing our own tails trying to find stuff to fill that lack, that void. And what you need to do is know that you already have it, and you don't need anything else, no other experiences to be able to experience that with. A lot of it is your prosperity and abundance. You need food, you need shelter, you need clothing, you need all of that shit, but you think that you're in a lack of abundance, and so you experience a lot of a lack. um, Love and happiness. You're not really realizing that that's what you ultimately want, but you got to be happy and loving first in order to attract it. Stuff will not get that to you. Confidence and certainty is something you're lacking, so you got to feel that inside you. Alignment and harmony with the universe. Do you not feel like you're not connected with the world? You got to feel connected with the world. Um, Accepting and allowing. If you want to be pissed off, it's because you're not accepting and allowing some bad shit and trying to say what's good about it so you can kind of get some understanding of it. There's a lot of these intentions that if you put these intentions in on yourself and you program your brain to constantly feel in that state, then you start attracting a completely different world. You start creating a completely different world. I don't feel in a lack of any of this. Just wish the planet was working with me. But, at the same time, it's like I don't really need a planet to be on the same page as me. I can still have all of this inside me and work through at the same time all of the problems that we have. The main the main problems that we're dealing with is we don't know how to transform problems into the solution. So that's where, I use this water concept too, to pay attention to my unknown problem, which is going to be everything you complain about and every one of your excuses. You got a complaint, you got a problem, you need to transform from that problem into the solution. Nobody's going to do that for you. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, is transforming the problems that I'm dealing with into the solutions. Every aspect of my life I'm really enjoying. I would really like to get out into society a lot more and figure out where I fit in. And this is just the first stage, is, YouTube channel. See if I can communicate a little better, and then sort of take it on the road, and deal with that in real life and try and control my emotional state while dealing with a lot of people that are really angry and having beliefs that totally go against my beliefs. But it's okay, we're all in transition right now, and I believe we'll get there. Peace out.